and I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the future holds for me, obviously.
The NBA just dropped a bombshell that will reverberate for years. LeBron James has been traded to the Miami Heat, but this isn't 2010. He isn't walking into a rebuild or a team that needs him to be the sole engine. He's joining a roster that already features Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bam Adebayo. This isn't just a super team. It's an unprecedented collection of talent. South Beach isn't just back, it has become the most terrifying destination in professional basketball. And if you're a fan of any other team, this should genuinely shake you. This is not the 25-year-old LeBron trying to figure out how to win his first ring. This is a 41-year-old LeBron who has been to 10 finals, won 4 championships, and is the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Last season, he still averaged 20.9 points, 7.2 assists, and 6.1 rebounds on 51.5% shooting. Alongside him is Giannis, who despite injuries, averaged 27.6 points, 9.8 rebounds, and 5.4 assists on 62% shooting, finishing as the league's most dominant on-off player. Then there's Bam Adebayo, averaging 20 points and 10 rebounds, hitting a career-high 1.7 threes per game, and earning all-defensive second-team honors for the second straight year. 3 players, 3 completely different kinds of catastrophe, and the rest of the NBA has no answer. To understand the weight of this moment, we must go back to June 22, 2026. That's when Pat Riley, refusing to retire or accept mediocrity, completed a stunning acquisition. Miami landed Giannis from the Milwaukee Bucks in exchange for Tyler Herro, Kel'el Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., 3 first-round picks, a pick swap, and a second-rounder. The Bucks, driven by a feud between Giannis and the organization, chose Miami's offer over Boston's. The moment Giannis landed in Miami, the basketball internet connected the dots because LeBron was an unsettled free agent. His contract with the Lakers had expired, and retirement was genuinely on the table. Reports indicated that LeBron felt underappreciated, especially after GM Rob Pelinka gave the game ball to coach J.J. Redick on the night LeBron became the winningest player in NBA history. With the Lakers juggling extensions and cap constraints, Pat Riley moved swiftly. A sign and trade was completed, and LeBron James became a Miami Heat player. The 2010 LeBron was a 25-year-old athletic phenomenon who dominated through sheer physical superiority. The 2026 version operates entirely differently. His engine is now his mind. He reads defenses before the ball moves, identifies switching coverages as they set, and finds windows no other player would recognize. He controls tempo through decision-making rather than athleticism. In Miami, surrounded by Giannis and Bam, LeBron won't have to carry possessions like he did in Los Angeles. He becomes the floor general and orchestrator, the player who makes every other star more dangerous simply by being on the floor. For a decade, defenses had a blueprint against Giannis. Pack the paint, drop your bigs, dare him to shoot from deep at 28.5% career, and build a wall. That blueprint worked. The Bucks haven't won a playoff series since 2022. Now put LeBron on the other side as the initiator. That wall disappears. You cannot pack the paint when LeBron's decision-making punishes every overcommitment. You cannot drop your bigs when LeBron pulls up from 17 feet with 51% efficiency. The defensive attention that used to be focused entirely on Giannis must now be split. When that happens, a 7-foot, 243-pound locomotive Giannis runs toward your basket with a head of steam. In transition in space, he is unguardable. He has drawn more fouls per game than any player for 7 straight seasons and finished 71.3% of his paint attempts last season. In this Miami system, the only thing standing between Giannis and the basket is math that no defense can solve. While people will focus on LeBron and Giannis, the player liberated most completely is Bam Adebayo. Last season, he averaged 20 points, 10 rebounds, and made 1.7 threes per game at 35.7%, improving to 43.2% over his final 35 games. He is a switch defender capable of guarding every position, with a 7.3 wingspan and small forward mobility. By any metric, he is one of the top 15 players in the world. But in Miami, Bam has always carried a significant portion of the offensive creation burden. Next to LeBron and Giannis, that burden evaporates. Defenses can't triple team anyone. If help collapses on Giannis, LeBron makes the pass. If coverage cheats toward LeBron, Giannis obliterates the paint. If defenses switch, Bam rolls into the dunker spot against a smaller guard for an easy dunk. He becomes the release valve, operating from the elbows in space, posting up mismatches, and finishing above the rim. Let's walk through how this offense works, possession by possession. On one possession, LeBron initiates from the top and Bam sets a ball screen. The defense faces 4 threats: LeBron turning the corner, Bam rolling, Giannis cutting weak side, and a shooter in the corner. The defense cannot cover all four simultaneously. LeBron waits for the commitment and punishes it. On the next possession, the action inverts. Giannis handles, and LeBron becomes the screener. How do you guard a cutting LeBron off a Giannis handoff? Switch and put a guard on Giannis? Fight through and gamble? There is no comfortable answer. In transition, LeBron pushes the pace, delivers a hit-ahead pass to Giannis, who converts at 70% plus before a rotation can set. When the shot clock winds down, Bam resets, receives the ball in the short roll, and finds the next open outlet with his playmaking sophistication. The defensive dimension is unprecedented. Giannis is one of the greatest individual defenders of the past decade, with rim protection numbers in the top 5. Bam is a top 5 switching center with a 7.3 wingspan and lateral mobility. Together, they form one of the most devastating interior defensive pairings in NBA history. With LeBron on the wing still averaging 1.2 steals per game and communicating rotations with 21 years of basketball IQ, Miami's switching structure becomes a defense that opposing offenses cannot navigate. Teams will not find mismatches. Every switch is covered, every isolation disrupted. This directly solves Miami's biggest playoff weakness, the inability to generate consistent half-court scoring and secondary creation. Last season, Miami finished 10th in the East with a 43-39 record and lost in the play-in, missing the playoffs for the first time since 2019. The core problem was the inability to generate quality shots in tight playoff settings. When defenses tightened, the team needed someone who could create. LeBron eliminates that problem at its root. He averaged 7.2 assists at 41 while shooting over 50%. He turns dead possessions into opportunities through decision-making alone. The original Miami Big Three of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh was built around one-on-one creation and transition. This version is bigger, more positionless, less reliant on perimeter creation, and built around elite decision-making, rim pressure, and defensive versatility. The modern template this trio most resembles is the defensive architecture of the 2016 Cavaliers combined with the interior dominance of the 2021 Bucks, except this version has both simultaneously, with a better floor general. Before the Giannis trade, Miami was a 43-win team with 30-1 championship odds. After Giannis alone, they moved to 18-1. Now add LeBron, the one player specifically designed to solve Miami's spacing problem. Against the defending champion New York Knicks, the matchup problems are severe. Their switching defense becomes a nightmare. Brunson on Giannis is unwinnable. Towns on LeBron is a mismatch. And in the clutch, you have LeBron making late-game decisions as the most accomplished clutch player in history. The Knicks' path to a repeat is unclear. Against the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama is unique. But Giannis as the primary defender with Bam as help and LeBron rotating creates a defensive system this young Spurs core has never faced. Against Oklahoma City, SGA's creation and transition buckets are their identity. But Giannis and Bam eliminate the paint. LeBron erases easy reads, and in transition, you're asking your offense to beat Giannis in the open floor, a mathematical problem no team can solve. Before LeBron, Miami had genuine pieces but structural concerns. Without a playmaker who could manufacture late-game possessions, they were still behind the Celtics and Knicks. LeBron solves that completely. He becomes the offensive coordinator that neither Giannis nor Bam could be on their own. He doesn't take possessions away, he amplifies them. Every Giannis action becomes more dangerous. Every Bam roll becomes more efficient. There are real questions that any honest analysis has to raise. The spacing issue, while LeBron addresses it through decision-making, does not disappear entirely. Giannis, at 28.5% from three-point range, is a shooter opponents can leave if they choose to ignore him beyond the arc. Miami gave up its primary perimeter shooter in Tyler Herro as part of the Giannis trade, and the roster construction around these three stars will require specific additions of shooters capable of keeping defenses stretched enough that all three can operate at their best. The first apron salary constraints with Miami. Hard capped after using the expanded trade exception to acquire Giannis leave approximately $18 million in space to fill 4 roster spots around the primary core, a financial tightrope that demands careful construction. Age management for LeBron is a genuine ongoing challenge. He is 41 years old and still performs at a level that defies everything we thought we knew about athletic decline. But a championship run requires deep playoff series played at maximum intensity, managing his minutes across an 82-game regular season while preserving him for the moments that matter most will test even organizational brilliance. Then there's the question of whether 3 stars of this magnitude can truly subordinate their individual needs to the collective without generating the friction that has derailed super teams before. LeBron has answered that question before in Miami and won 2 championships doing it, but those were different times, different stars. and a different LeBron. What you cannot argue against is the championship math. You combine 10 finals appearances from LeBron alone, plus Giannis' 2021 title and finals MVP performance, where he averaged 35.2 points and 13.2 rebounds per game, plus Bam's own finals experience in 2020 from the bubble. All of that collective playoff-tested knowledge, combined with elite two-way versatility across 3 completely different player archetypes, transition dominance that the modern game cannot contain, and LeBron James making late-game decisions in close playoff games against any team. Currently constructed in this league, and you have the most dangerous team the Eastern Conference has assembled since the original Miami Big Three were at their absolute peak. The Celtics were bounced in the first round by Philadelphia. The Knicks are defending champions, but built on clutch moments and comebacks, not structural superiority. The Pistons and Cavaliers are talented but young. This Miami team, built around 3 of the most decorated players in the modern era, under the coaching of the man who has won 2 championships with LeBron already in this exact building, enters 2027 as the most credible championship contender this conference has seen in years. There is something about LeBron James going back to Miami that resonates beyond any tactical breakdown. South Beach is where LeBron became a champion for the first time. It is the city where the criticism turned into celebration, with 4 consecutive finals appearances validating every decision he made in the summer of 2010 and silencing every doubter who followed him there. Coming back at 41, not as the kid who made the decision on national television or the unproven star trying to prove he could win, but as the most accomplished player in the history of professional basketball, walking through the doors of the Kaseya Center to play alongside a 2-time MVP and one of the best two-way centers alive, chasing one more championship that would cement his legacy beyond any possible debate that is not just a sports story. That is something that transcends the game entirely. Every generation has its moment where basketball becomes bigger than basketball. The original decision was one of those moments. LeBron going home to Miami one final time with a roster capable of winning it all is another one. Pat Riley refused to retire. He refused to accept that his best days as an architect were behind him. He looked at a landscape where his team missed the playoffs and decided the answer was not patience, not a slow rebuild, not settling for competitiveness. The answer was Giannis, then LeBron, then a question that the entire basketball world is going to spend the next 12 months trying to answer. South Beach has always been where the NBA's most dramatic stories come alive. And right now, with 3 of the most complete players the modern era has ever produced standing under the same lights, the story is only just beginning.